made a video a while ago. We're in May now, so I don't know, 6 months ish. Since deleted, thankfully, because the nature of the world, what's happening in the world, made me rethink some of what I'd said. And this is on the nature of truth. That is to say, who decides on what's true? Now, what is true? When it comes down to it, truth is what people believe. Now, I know that leaves a bit of a loophole, because that doesn't mean it's true. That just means it's what people believe. Well, can't argue with that. Churchill supposedly said, "History is written by the victors." Now, obviously, the source of that goes well back before Churchill. He's drawn on history, coincidentally, to say that. And he did famously say it. But at the same time, wait a minute, don't want to get this bit wrong. Napoleon, who predates Winston Churchill, fairly certain on that, is history is a set of fables agreed upon. Napoleon said, "What is history but a fable agreed upon?" Which is, essentially, history is a set of lies that everyone's agreed on. So, history is written by the winners. But history is adaptable, because the next generation comes along, they understand what went down, what was written down before isn't necessarily true. Like, for example, Winston Churchill, great war leader that he clearly was, isn't lily white, obviously. He was responsible for the bombing of Kurdistan, civilians from Kurdistan, civilians with mustard gas. Now look Kurdistan up on a map. Good luck with that. It's there as a region, but not a country, due to the actions of people like Winston Churchill. But that's not really in the history books very often, is it? I'd like to perhaps quantify histories written by winners with, to change to histories written by people with money. History is written by whoever runs the media, because that's what gets reported. That's what you see. That's what people believe. That becomes the truth because it's written down. It must be true because it's written down. So all of a sudden, whoever owns the media owns the truth. Now, there are a lot of opinions on history and who it's written by. But right now, in May 2022, and we've seen this, history is written by whoever controls social media. History is written by you and people like you who can pick up a camera and point it at something that is happening right in front of them and go, this is true. This is the truth. Now, obviously, what is ever in front of someone might not actually be true. It could be being faked. But when you've got enough people picking up their cameras and pointing it at what is happening in front of them, and you get enough different versions of the same truth, then that's history being written then and there. We've seen it in the last 80 something, 90 something days in the Ukraine. Civilians picking up their mobile phones and filming what is happening in front of them. Now, for the most of the world, that is now the truth. That becomes the truth because we've seen it, and you can go on YouTube, which you're on now, I would think, and look it up, and you can just go through video after video after video. But that's only the truth outside of Russia and probably Belarus, where within that, the history and the truth isn't the same, because the media predominantly is controlled by one organisation, and they are producing that truth, and it must be true because it's in the media, it's written down, they can see it, so it becomes the truth. Everywhere else in the world, different truth. Another example is concert in Houston, 10 people dead. Is it still 10 people dead? What was being filmed, what was being streamed from people's mobile phones, established a truth, the truth, because we could see it. We could see what was happening from different angles, unrelated people, and you could evaluate what was happening in the area. So the history has gone from written by the victors, which it still is, to written by the people, because our media has changed. It's not someone coming back from war and writing it down on scrolls or writing it down as a record. Well, just filming this little bit, you know, a film crew, a TV crew or whatever, just filming this little bit, because, and that is what we know, because that's true. It's changed from one or two people writing what is true, what is history, to potentially anyone able to pick up a camera and point it at what's happening and put it onto social media, put it onto the internet where people can see it, becoming history, becoming the truth. I can't say where the truth is going to be tomorrow or next week or next year. What I can say is, at the moment, I have hope for history and the truth. When people look back, they'll be able to say the people took control. You can't necessarily believe the newspapers and the TV stations because somebody's paying for them. So their truth, that person's truth or that organisation's truth, is being pushed to the forefront. Perhaps it's the time to give up mass media, give up this mainstream media, and listen to the voices of everyone else and make your own judgment on the evidence that they provide to you. Perhaps now it's time to take your own judgment of what the truth is. I hope I've given you pause for thought. If I have, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, comment below. Thank you.